I used to think guilt was proof that I was a good person, until I realized it was just a leash they'd wrapped around my neck. This is chapter 1 of Machiavelli in Your Head, the leash made of guilt, part of the Hoodie Guy case files. The first time I noticed it, I was alone at home, late at night, phone in my hand, screen glowing in my face, 3 missed calls, 6 messages, all with the same sentence, dressed in different clothes. After everything I've done for you, this is how you treat me? If that line feels familiar, this story is not just mine, it's yours. By the end of this chapter, you'll know the 3 moves they use to control you, and the 3 counter moves that cut the leash. At the time, I didn't know this was Machiavellian psychology at work. 500 years ago, they wrote the rule: if you cannot control a person's body, control their emotions. Make them suffer themselves. Tonight, I'm going to show you how they use your feelings as a remote control, and how to cut the signal. Every emotional blackmailer follows the same script. First, they watch. Subtle surveillance. Not cameras on walls, cameras in their mind. They study what you fear. Being rude, being ungrateful, being too much. They remember the exact moment your eyes drop when someone says, "You've changed." They memorize the silence after. "I'm disappointed in you." Their brain becomes an AI trained on your reactions. Every flinch, every apology, every time you said sorry for something that wasn't your fault was more data. You think they're just emotional. They're actually running an experiment. Here's how the leash of guilt is built. Step 1. They make your kindness your identity. You're not like other people. You actually care. You're the only one who understands me. It feels good. Of course it does. You've been starved of being seen. But hidden inside that compliment is a cage. Because if your whole identity is the one who always cares, what happens the first time you say no? Exactly. You're not just refusing a request. You're betraying your identity. You're not good anymore. Every time you say yes, when your whole body is screaming no, you lose something. Your time, your sleep, your money, your boundaries, your self-respect. Hoodie Guy here. I see you there, calculating the cost of another favor. Let me show you how to break the spell. Before we go deeper, if this is helping you recognize the pattern, like and subscribe so you don't miss the next case file. Step 2. They extend their reach into your phone, your day, your city. You're at work. Camera in the corner. Open plan office. Slack messages. WhatsApp notifications. Every scene at 3:14 p.m. becomes another pressure point. Why didn't you answer? I saw you're online. Funny how you only ignore me. They don't need literal CCTV. The modern world watches you for them. Last scene. Typing reaction icons. Every digital trace becomes courtroom evidence in a trial you didn't know you were in. The accusation is invisible but simple. If you really cared, you would reply faster. Stay longer. Give more. You start rearranging your day around avoiding that accusation. Leaving gatherings early. Answering messages half asleep. Saying yes with a stomach full of dread. Explanation is not the goal of a blackmailer. Obedience is. By now, something strange has happened inside you. You don't wait for punishment anymore. You anticipate it. You slow down before they even pull. You cancel plans before they ask questions. You rehearse excuses in your head for conversations that haven't even happened yet. And here is the darkest part of Machiavellian psychology. At this point, they can relax. They don't need to raise their voice. They don't need to send a long paragraph. They can go quiet. Disappear. Because the monster has moved out of their body and into your hesitation. You flinch before you move. You apologize before you act. You feel guilty for simply wanting a normal life. The monster doesn't need to learn fear. It learns timing. It knows the exact second you're about to take your freedom back, and it sends a wave of guilt straight through your nervous system. You call them back. You say yes. You stay. And they smile. Not because they won, but because you did the work yourself. So how do you cut a leash that's wrapped around your own thoughts? You don't start with them. You start with what Machiavelli understood too well. People only control what you think you owe them. Step 1. Expose the false debt. Ask yourself brutally, what exact debt are they collecting every time they say, "After everything I've done for you"? Did they give you something you never asked for? Offer help with a hidden price tag? Support you once and charge you interest for years? Say it out loud. Help with conditions is not a gift. It's a contract I never signed. You'll feel the first thread snap. Step 2. Change the hesitation timing. Right now, your pattern is impulse, hesitation, guilt, obedience. Insert a new delay. I'll respond tomorrow. You don't have to fight. You don't have to explain. Live guilt is their battlefield. Time is yours. If this request truly respects me, it will survive 24 hours of silence. Step 3. Return the surveillance. Remember the cameras? Now you turn them around. Treat them like a case file. Write down what they ask for, how they react when you say no, The exact words they use when they guilt trip you. You are no longer inside the scene. You are the observer. The hoodie guy, standing in the doorway, watching the moves instead of drowning in them. This shift is everything. Machiavellian psychology only works when you think you're in a love story, not a strategy game. The moment you start seeing patterns instead of mom, partner, boss, you stop playing the assigned role. Here is the accusation you've been avoiding. You are not just a victim of emotional blackmail. You have been trained to participate in it, trained to answer instantly, trained to over-explain, trained to feel deeply guilty for wanting basic space. If you keep answering instantly, you're not just being kind, you're volunteering to be controlled. Tonight is not about hating them. It's about uninstalling the script. You start by delaying your replies, naming the false debt, and watching the pattern instead of just feeling it. That's how you cut the first leash. But there's a problem. The moment emotional blackmail stops working, they almost never say, "You're right, I was unfair." They switch weapons. They move from guilt to silence. In episode 2 of Machiavelli in Your Head, the hoodie guy, will reveal how they use silence to make you chase, and how to turn that silence into leverage. If you want more dark psychology decoded, like, share, and subscribe to MindVault Lab.